only 5% of radio playlists feature pop rock, and streaming giants call it diversity. When algorithms decide your music taste, even rebels get lost in the shuffle of sanitized sound waves.
Israel accused of brutal treatment of Palestinian detainees, then denies medical care to those assaulted. When a prison complex sounds like a dystopian theme park, you know human rights have taken a nosedive into the abyss.
Epstein email suggests gifting girlfriend to Trump. Infuriates model alleging assault by him. Looks like Epstein's emails are the gift that keeps on giving, much like a festering wound. But hey, why let a little thing like consent get in the way of a billionaire bromance?
The Weeknd donates $350,000 for Hurricane Melissa relief, but tax write-off season starts early. When pop stars play philanthropists, it's hard to tell if they're saving the world or just their accountants' souls.
Only 10% of pop songs challenge deceit, and Akihiko Kai's Don't Lie dares to call out the fibs. In a world built on sugar-coated truths, Kai's anthem is the musical equivalent of ripping off a Band-Aid, painful, but oh so necessary.
Bondi launches investigation into Epstein ties to Democrats, conveniently forgets Trump's own connections. The classic political sleight of hand. Point the magnifying glass at the opposition while your own backyard is on fire. Distraction or denial, it's an art form.
Only 12% of Christmas songs still resonate, and The Pretenders' 2,000 Miles remains a beacon in the holiday noise. In a sea of jingling cliches, Chrissy Hinn's voice is the rebel with a cause, strumming the heartstrings of nostalgia and longing.
Israeli forces shoot at UN peacekeepers, calling it friendly fire in the most unfriendly neighborhood on earth. When peacekeepers need keeping safe, it's clear the world has become a playground for bullies with no recess monitor.
Federal Reserve's Logan insists on modestly restrictive policy, declares victory over inflation still a mirage. Because nothing says we care like keeping the economy in a straitjacket while inflation plays hide-and-seek with our wallets. What's next? A marathon with our shoelaces tied together.
Disney streams subscriber gains misses revenue, proving that magic doesn't pay the bills as well as it used to.
Mega tech stocks rebound, erasing losses, while the Federal Reserve toys with rate cut fears like a cat with a half-dead mouse. Wall Street's like a soap opera, where the plot twists involve billion-dollar companies and the cliffhangers are interest rates.
Reddit user no variation 3693 posts smileys isen lipsemia symphonic pop. When your music taste is as eclectic as a thrift store's inventory, you know you're winning at life. Symphonic pop, because strings and synths are a match made in harmony heaven.
Black Pumas release acoustic version of Colors, stripping down to soul-bearing simplicity, yet it echoes louder than any overproduced anthem. In a world obsessed with digital gloss, Black Pumas remind us that raw, unvarnished truth can still strike the deepest chords.
Australia's Liberal Party scraps net zero, claims it lowers energy bills. In a plot twist worthy of a soap opera, Ditching climate goals is now an energy-saving hack. Next, they'll say coal is the new kale.
Director S.S. Rajamouli unveils Varanasi, arriving March 25, 2027, promising more bombastic spectacle, and Priyanka Chopra Jonas flair. Like a cinematic sugar high, Varanasi aims to dazzle and distract as audiences gorge on spectacle while real-world issues simmer backstage.
Argentine President Milei pushes to ease glacier rules.
Israel plans to deport sick Palestinians to Gaza, calling it humanitarian. Sending ill patients from hospitals back to a conflict zone is like treating a fever with a flamethrower. It's not healthcare, it's heartless.
Trump vows to sue for $5 billion over edited video, claiming justice demands a price tag. When truth's a commodity, even presidential outrage comes with $1 billion invoice. Proving justice is now just another line item.
Mumbai invests billions in flood defenses.
Tech companies plan to borrow hundreds of billions for AI, yet traders scramble for cover. When the future's built on algorithms and debt, the only thing more inflated than the tech bubble is the hope it won't pop.
Gov. Mills slams Senate Democrats for ending shutdown, then complains about government chaos. Nothing says leadership like criticizing the solution after demanding a problem. It's like ordering a pizza and then arguing about the toppings.
Only 10% of new artists break through, and Ella Pollitt calls it progress. In a world where your sanity is just another playlist away, losing your mind might be the best career move for an aspiring musician.
Musician Jerry Giamott ditched gigs over pay, then Duane Allman formed legendary band instead. When fair wages are as elusive as a sober rock star, sometimes destiny just needs a nudge from a disgruntled bassist and a pair of ill-fated car crashes.
Texas Democrats flip gerrymandered districts, while MAGA supporters wonder why their redistricting magic backfired. Turns out, when you draw lines to exclude, sometimes you end up boxing yourself out of the game. Who knew geometry could be so treacherous?
If you're trusting the word of a convicted sex offender over a former president, you might need a new moral compass, preferably one not made of monopoly money.
Pentagon executes 21st strike on alleged drug boat, claims victory in endless war. When your best anti-drug strategy is more explosions at sea, it's like trying to fix a leaky faucet with a sledgehammer. Who needs nuance when you've got firepower?
It's like ordering a small coffee and getting a triple shot espresso of cash, because who needs moderation when you can overdose on investor enthusiasm?
Only 30% of AI-generated lesson plans inspire students, and tech companies call it progress. If efficiency means churning out uninspired drones instead of curious minds, then AI-generated lessons are a masterclass in mediocrity. Who knew the future of education was just a factory for more yes men?
Trump wants to paint the Eisenhower Executive Office building all white, calling it ugly in its current state. Because when life gives you a historic building, why not turn it into a giant marshmallow monument to blandness and bad taste?
Meta unveils third-party chats for WhatsApp users in Europe, calls it open communication. Like a vampire inviting you in, Meta's idea of open is just another door to your data. Who needs privacy when tech giants can offer you convenience wrapped in a pretty bow, right?
South Korea bans flights for 500,000 students' university admission test, but the pressure to succeed remains sky high. When success depends on a pencil and silence, the stakes are higher than any altitude a plane could reach, grounding futures in a single exam.
Only 20% of Serbians and Romanians disapprove of glorifying war criminals, and cultural amnesia calls it heritage. In a twisted game of historical telephone, war criminals become folk heroes, reminding us that nationalism often wears a blindfold while waving its flag.
Trump secures trade deal with Milei, challenges Argentina's closed economy. Looks like Trump's deal-making extends south of the equator, but Milei's libertarian dreams might hit a snag when free trade meets Fortress Argentina. It's capitalism's favorite game. Let's see if you can open up without falling apart.
Supreme Court upholds same-sex marriage, while Congress kills the penny. Who knew love and loose change would be the week's hot topics? Turns out, some people are still clutching their pearls over who gets to say, "I do," while others are clutching their wallets wondering if they'll ever get exact change again. Love wins, but spare change? Not so much.
Only 15% of Pennsylvanians avoid melanoma hikes, and Penn State blames the crops. Turns out your summer tan might come with the side of skin cancer if you live near farmland. While the sun gives us life, it seems it also hands out cancer like free samples at a supermarket. Time to rethink that country life fantasy, folks.
The Royal Navy's pride and joy, now a floating paradox of power and penny pinching, is a reminder that even the most majestic vessels can't escape the bureaucratic tide. In the end, it seems the only thing this carrier will be carrying is the weight of fiscal frugality.
James Watson reshaped biology with DNA's double helix, and tangled his legacy in controversy. Watson, the scientist who cracked the code of life, couldn't resist cracking open a can of scandal along the way. From groundbreaking discoveries to breaking social taboos, he's a reminder that genius and controversy often share the same double helix.
Scientists create artificial auroras with radio transmitters because nature's light show needed a corporate sponsor. In a world where even the Northern Lights get a remix, scientists are playing DJ with the sky. Who needs magic when you can have a manufactured glow brought to you by the wonders of science and a touch of corporate flair?
Jet White headlines, Lions Thanksgiving halftime show, proving turkeys aren't the only things getting stuffed. Because nothing says gratitude like a rock legend serenading a team known for stuffing fans' dreams year after year. Maybe Jack can lend the Lions some of that Hall of Fame magic.
Only 20% of mashups find fame, and Wax Audio calls it a hit. Because blending heavy metal with hip-hop is like mixing fire and gasoline, explosive, unpredictable, and guaranteed to leave everyone wondering what just happened to their eardrums.
Border Patrol operations start in Charlotte as Trump's crackdown escalates, because nothing says land of the free quite like turning your neighborhood into a scene from a dystopian novel, complete with checkpoints and fear.
It's like the kettle calling the pot black, except the kettle's been married so many times it's practically a kitchen appliance collection.
Vice President's motorcade injures officer, but the wheels of power keep turning. When your job is to protect, but the motorcade's job seems to be practice for a demolition derby, something's got to give.
Keir Starmer's top aide faces investigation, but his business ties are just another day in politics. When your political advisor's side hustle reads like a thriller plot, transparency becomes the plot twist no one saw coming.
Dinsmore Payne's Pearl racks up views on YouTube, yet mainstream radio spins the same 3 pop songs. When the airwaves are a broken record, indie artists like Payne are the vinyl treasures we need but rarely hear.
Todd Snyder leaves behind a legacy of truth-telling songs, then the music industry keeps spinning its auto-tuned wheels. In a world of manufactured hits, Snyder was the real deal, a melody of rebellion and authenticity that outlived the soulless chart toppers.
Because nothing says, I love you, like outsourcing parental creativity to a cardboard box filled with pre-packaged joy. Who needs spontaneous affection when you have monthly billing?
Denny Fent's latest track drops, and it's as subtle as a sledgehammer. If song titles were any more cryptic, they'd need a decoder ring in a therapy session, but hey, at least the beats are catchy.
Rio Tinto mothballs $2 Teflon $25 billion lithium project, citing internal note over public outrage. When a mining giant shelves a project after public outcry, it's like watching Godzilla retreat from a toddler's protest sign. Keep roaring, little ones.
DHS nabs over 150 in Operation Dirtbag, claims victory over Florida's migrant crisis. When your operation name sounds like a high school burn book entry, maybe it's time to rethink your PR strategy and your priorities.